Video of the 2022 tasks. So I start as usual, saving, and we shall call this a crank starter. Please make sure that for Fusion 360, the first thing you do is saving. My usual folder is the WorldSkills. And now we have the file name there. So we start the drawing straight away. See if I have the full version. Okay, so we start with sketch. We use the front view. The first thing I'm going to draw is this curve here. I'll use an arc. I do center point arc, starting from there, going about there, and also up to there. This arc, I put dimension on it. It's 63. That will be the first thing to draw. Then I do L for line. And I put the center line, which you shall use for other um, dimensions. So across here, it's 124. So let me offset this line on both sides by 62 to make 124. So I'll get rid of these 62s and we can maintain the same dimensioning. If I do that, that will be 124. Okay. Then of course, where this line touches that one, that's where bottom we have another line, L for line, and I'll draw a line going across like that. I should be able to trim off this as we go on. So if I do trim here, I can trim off these unnecessary parts. Let me leave that. Okay, so that takes care of most of those parts. Then remove this 62. I'm going to offset again this line and both sides, and this time I'll do that 52. So that will be 26 on both sides. And then that's 52. I'm gonna get rid of those and put usual dimension here 52, because I like to keep the dimensions of the drawing. Then I'm going to draw a line on top here, which is 40 mils. So L for line, and then I draw a line here So I think it's better we do a line there to there. That line will be 40 meters from the center. It is 40. Okay. So in between here, there is an arc which I'm going to draw again using the center arc with the center at that point, and then a radius of 11. Then I draw an arc there. Okay. So in here there are two fillets of 16. And I pick a fillet, 16 mils. Fillet again. And this one has disappeared. So let me remove. Okay. I'll put another line on there. I put a fillet, which is 16. Then I trim off these parts. I didn't need trim off the center, but since it is already gone, let me change that one to construction. So this is about all for that shape, and then I extrude it. So I'm going to extrude this one by this is 19 minus 5, which is 14. So extrude this one by 14. Go on the small house, and this is what I have there. So on this side is where we're going to put the that shaft. So, and according to this drawing, that has a 2 mm extension at the bottom here. So I pick a line, then I draw a line from this end to that end. That line is 25 from the top, 25 here, and then I extrude that part, which is that one, by 2 mm. I do the same thing at the back. Draw another line, or line. This line, same time is 25. And then I do an extrusion of this end, which will be 3 mils according to the drawing. There. Okay. So that finishes that part. So I turn it around, because on this side where there's 2 mils is where we're going to put that shaft. So click on this face, and the middle, draw another circle. That circle, according to the dimensions here, is 45. Do an extrusion. That 45, according to that one, goes up to 54 mils. So that's 54. Yeah, sorry, 54 or 45. So sorry, this is the 5 mil, that one there. So if I right click here and say edit feature, it should be on a 5. That form the base there, which is 45. And then I draw another circle on the other part of the shaft, which is 30 mils. It is written as 15 radius there. Then I do an extrusion, that is the one which is 54. Okay, so after that I draw another circle here, which is 12 according to that dimension, and you extrude it, and this one is 30 mils. Okay, so after doing that, then we are going to put some two keys on top here. So I'll move this one a bit down so that I pull out a plane. Need a plane in that way, and that plane is going to be 15 mils from the surface of this one. If I do an offset, then I put 15, that should bring a plane on top of this surface here. So if you just click on that plane, then sketch on it, I'll be able to sketch the slot. So I'm going to pick a slot and I'm going to pick the center to center. And then I'll start in this, zoom in a bit. Probably better to put projected geometry. Just click on P and click on that and say OK, so that we have some lines at the end. Then I go for slot again, center to center. I start from that point. Now you can see the point is clearly given. And then I go up, actually it's 25. And then click, then go sideways. And then I put here dimension of 5 radius. So that is now done. So I need to extrude this one, extrude, going downwards. If you look at this and do the calculation, that depth there would be 15 minus 12, which is 3. So I do -3. Now there is one on this side and one on here. So we go and do a circular pattern. Do circular pattern. Change, make sure this is on features. Then I do this. And then I select the axis, which is that. Select partial. And then I'll put here minus 90 degrees. Until put the other piece on the side here. Then after that, I go to another slot here, pick the same plane, but this time the offset is going to be only 6 for that part there. I do 6, and then I'm going to sketch on that plane. Still I go for the center to center slot. I start this from center to center. Start this from there. Then I go down up to the end here. Click there. This time it's a radius of 2.5. Yeah. So I'll just twist this one a bit. Now we're going to make a cut here. We do the extrude. I'm going to change this one to 2 sides because there's be a cut going up and another one going down. Side 1 and side 2. So going up, I do to object and to stop there. Going down, be side 2, which is 2 millimeters. Cut. Then I say okay. So that is now the completed piece. So remaining now, there are 2 holes on top there and the chamfers here. So if I go at the top here, I do a sketch. I'll put here a hole 6.8. I do P for projected geometry. Pick that because I want these edges. I'm going to put there a center line. So L for line. Then I draw a line up to the bottom. That line I can change it to construction. And then I'm going to mirror this hole onto the other side as well. Then I say okay. So the distance between those 2 holes is 38. And the distance with this one and the bottom is 7. Okay. The holes are, if we extrude the holes, they will be 19.7 deep, which is negative 19.75 deep. That's the hole. So we remain with the chamfers around here. Now for those chamfers, because if you do a chamfer here, it is going to go propagate the whole thing up the bottom. I could try that and you see, so if I try to do a chamfer here, it can't just stop there to take the whole bottom. So what we are going to do, I'm going to put a plane. Then along a path. So if I put a plane here, that is in a different direction. Plane to at an angle. Yeah. So I click OK. The reason why I put this plane is I want to split this all of this body. I'm going to split it so that now I can put my chamfers. I go to chamfer. I put chamfer there, there, there 4 mils, and this time it will be able just to stop there. You can hide that. And so remaining just is a chamfer at the end here of 1 mil, and that should be all we need for this drawing. If you look at it from the top here and see how it looks like. Thank you very much. Have the next video.